Hey, and welcome to Let's Go Racing. I'm Dani Gibson here with Dick Jerardi, and we're coming up on our most exciting time of the year here in September. We're going to have two special days of racing here in late September. PA Day at the races for all our top Pennsylvania breds, and then our two big races, the PA Derby and the Cotillion.
So it's the 19th and the 20th, Friday and Saturday, Dani, and PA Day, obviously, as you said, that's our Pennsylvania breds. A lot of those races have been run on PA Derby Day lately. This time it's going to be a two-day marathon. It should be fun. And for the Pennsylvania Derby, at the moment, we're looking at Baeza for sure. John Sheriffs has never run a horse here. He's run horses at like 28 tracks around the country. Never been to Parks. It looks like Baeza will be here. For the maybe Big Truz, who won the Ellis Park Derby, possibility, we hope, of Chunk of Gold, who won the West Virginia Derby. The Cotillion, we know for sure that Scottish Lassie, who dominated the CCA Oaks, will be coming. I think LaCara is going to come from Mark Cassidy, who's a two-time Grade 1 winner, but the races are starting to shape up. Can't wait.
Yeah, there's going to be lots of stakes action on both days. You're not going to miss it, that special Friday and Saturday. Well, we had a great Labor Day here at Parks Racing, and we celebrated our annual Turning for Home Day, celebrating our retired racehorses. We love them so much while they're on the track, and of course, transitioning off the track. And it was a scene out in the picnic area. There was families here. The DJ was here, family fun, and lots of great giveaways all associated with Turning for Home.
Yeah, it really was, Dani. When I drove in, probably around 1:30, the parking lot, there were cars in places I hadn't seen for quite a while, so it was definitely a scene. The picnic area, as you said, was jammed. Everybody was into it, and it was such a special day because it's about turning for home, which is the single most important thing that is done here at the racetrack.
Yeah, the model program in the country, and at the helm is Danielle Montgomery, our program administrator, and of course Jeff Maddie, our PTHA executive director. And here's more with them on this spectacular day.
You know, there's a lot of day on the calendar that we look forward to every year, but this is one day in particular. Aftercare is all of our responsibilities. We can all come together for aftercare. What these horses give us on the track, it's up to all of us to give it to them off the track. So it's a day we look forward to every year. It's a day where we thank our partner farms, we thank our adopters, we thank our board members, our owners, our trainers. Like I said, our program is only as successful as the teamwork put into it. And there's not another team on this planet that I'd rather have right here at Parks with Turning for Home.
Here with Turning for Home Program Administrator Danielle Montgomery. Danielle, this is an annual event. You're smiling. What does this day mean to you?
It's a great day. It's a fun day, and thank you guys for being here again. It's just a great day to really showcase all the hard work that goes into our program, and our partner farms, a bunch of our breeders and our partner farms and our people are here, and our adopters and our horses are here, and I just like for them to be recognized because they do a lot of hard work and they help a lot of horses.
Yeah, and Turning for Home Day just a success, spreading our outreach and our mission to everybody about these awesome retired racehorses. Well, let's get into some racing here at Parks. It's the Turning for Home Classic. It was Monday's 7th race, and favorite is Tap Information, coming off some nice races.
Yeah, 3 to 5, won 2 in a row with Paco, now gets Frankie Martinez.
Yeah, 6 furlongs is the distance here, but he's going to contend with No Easy Days, second choice, the Mike Moore barn.
Yeah, Mike Moore, this is a really cool horse, Dani. 35 lifetime starts, 9 wins, 11 seconds. You got to love the consistency.
Tap Information has a clear-cut lead. He throws down the gauntlet early as they head on down the backstretch. Megan Charlie to the inside, No Easy Days. Then it's back to Dr. Bader. Get Set at the back, 22 flat. Sharp opening quarter, and they zip into the far turn, all chasing Tap Information, who has a big cushion. Mega Charlie, No Easy Days. He's into that second spot. He's beginning to make his move. That's Dr. Bader, Get Set, 5th and last. They continue around. Tap Information, that lead is dwindling. No Easy Days has his sights set on the front runner. The half, 44 and 4. There's less than a quarter mile to go, and Tap Information has some company looming to the outside. No Easy Days down the center of the track. Tap Information brave on the lead. On the outside, it's No Easy Days. Get Set's flying up the rail. He's going to have a say as well. Tap Information, No Easy Days gaining with every stride. Get Set continues to ascend. A 16th left. No Easy Days. Tap Information. Get Set up the inside. No Easy Days. Get Set. Photo for the win.
No Easy Days, and jockey Eliseo Ruiz getting the win there for Mike Moore and Hardesty Stables, and Turning for Whom Classic. Pretty nice winner there.
It was a great finish. Look, Get Set came flying up the rail late for Jamie Ness. You think maybe he's going to get there, but No Easy Days wins it again for my man Michael Moore.
Really close finish there. Pretty exciting stuff. Well, we're going to head to our first break, but we have so much more from Turning for Home Day. You don't want to miss it. All the action coming up on Let's Go Racing.
Silent Wrath, Marilyn M. just half a length back. JC's Love and Life.
Some call you the Sultan of Slots. others the Baron of Baccarat. The rest, just Meemaw.
I'm tapped in, I'm tapped in.
But no matter who you are, you know there's always another way to win on the Bet Parks app. New casino users score up to $1,000 bonus back in their first 24 hours. Shake those pearls, Meemaw.
The question a lot of people are asking themselves these days is, do I buy new or do I buy pre-owned? Here's what I'll tell you. New car inventories are still low and new car prices are still high. However, with the certified pre-owned Nissan at Chapman Nissan, we have a huge selection and you can save thousands over new. Plus a 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, roadside assistance, 1-year prepaid maintenance, and so much more. And not for nothing. Can you really tell the difference? I can't.
Well, welcome back, everybody. We're here on Let's Go Racing. Let's get into some more racing from Parks. Monday's 8th race. This was our Parks picks. Optional claiming, a few in for the 50,000 tag. We'll talk about that later. $52,000 on the line going 6 furlongs. Drop line coming from post 1, taking the late money.
Yeah, our man Bobby Moscow and Jack Armstrong, one of the best combos here at the racetrack.
Bernie Mitz taking second choice, did the barn transfer with Jordan Bullock here. Angel Castillo, the veteran from Venezuela in the irons.
Yeah, 8-5. Look, we both picked Capo. I think the key here was he wasn't getting bet off the layoff, which if we had known that, we might not have picked.
We were trying to make some money. Here it is, Monday's 8th.
Drop line now as daylight over Bernie's Mitz. Then moving up, Deposition, he's making an early move. He's into third. Paradise Valley, then it's Gordian Knot and Capo shuffled back to last. 22-1 the opening quarter, and Drop line shows him the way into the far turn. Bernie's Mitz second to the inside. Deposition, then it's the gray. Paradise Valley, Gordian Knot and the white blinkers. He's fifth, and Capo will have his work cut out for him. He is sixth and last, and Drop line has been confidently handled as they head around the far turn. Drop line, Bernie's Mitz, Deposition, Paradise Valley, less than a quarter mile to go. 45-2, and Drop line hits the top of the stretch with the lead. Bernie's Mitz has been persistent. He's not giving up yet. On the inside, it is Drop line on the outside. Bernie's Mitz, Paradise Valley making up some ground. Drop line trying to hold that lead. Bernie's Mitz keeps on coming. There's the 16th left. Drop line trying to fend off a very stubborn Bernie's Mitz. And Drop line, he is going to get it done.
And Drop line drops down all the way into the inside with Abner Adorno. Does hold on for the win. But yeah, I mean, he's a big horse and definitely like the cutback in distance.
Yeah, very exciting race. Interestingly enough, Gordian Knot, who's won over $500,000, was claimed out of this race for $50,000 by Mike Pino, who has been the man here all year. We'll see how Mike can do, because look, Gordian Knot before was worth every bit of that.
Yeah.
The question is, where is he right now?
Yeah, we'll see and look forward to him in some future races that I'm sure we'll show here. Well, let's go to some more races. This is the Fillies and Mares Classic, turning for home day, Monday's 6th race. Maidens, 3-year-olds and up. Let's talk about the post-time favorite out of Butch Reed's barn, JC's Love and Life. I know he's really high on her. This is second coming back.
Yeah, inside post. The question is, how will she do behind horses if she's not on the lead? Certainly on paper, she's the one to beat.
Yeah, Marilyn M, second choice. Richie Vega, always with some nice horse.
I'm thinking maybe this horse is named after Marilyn Monroe, but they didn't tell me that. But I didn't.
Yeah.
I should have asked Richie after the race, because Richie was rather prominent here, as it turned out.
Silent Wrath hanging tough, but Marilyn M has the momentum and may have her number. Marilyn M on the outside. JC's Love and Life continues to grind away. Silent Wrath fights on. It's Marilyn M with the lead on the far outside. Sweet Distraction gaining late. On the outside, JC's Love and Life. Marilyn M is going to be down to these two with the 16th left. Marilyn M continues to fight on. JC's Love and Life can't quite get to her. Marilyn M, JC's Love and Life down to the line. Marilyn M.
Marilyn M with the hard-fought win there. Sylvester Gonzalez really digging in. JC's Love and Life with a great second-place effort. But Marilyn M, Richie Vega, filly by Rowayton.
I always love seeing Richie Vega in the winner's circle. Boy, didn't it look like the whole way JC's Love and Life is going to go by, but never did?
Yeah, I know Butch is really high on her. They gave her a lot of time off. Second start for her, but I think we'll see her progress each more with racing experience.
Look forward to it.
Well, look, turning for home day is all about our people. And Kate Goldenberg's one of our longtime partner farms. She's a Pennsylvania breeder, and she rehomed Marissa's Mission when she made her transition off the track.
She did, and more recently was sold to Alex Scaff. Alex came over, just one look, said, "This is my horse." And here's my conversation with Alex and Kate. Here with Alex Scaff and Kate Goldenberg. Alex, how did you end up with Mission?
Well, he was so beautiful. My friend Sophie said, Alex, you have to check out this horse. He's above average. He will be the horse for you. So my 60th birthday was coming up. So on the day, I went there and paid full price and took him home that very day. And it's been love ever since.
Now, Kate, you had him when he came off the racetrack. What was he like back then?
Oh, he was always a sweetheart. We do a little rehab and let down and make sure they're ready for that moment of getting on. But the first time we put the rider on, I'm not sophisticated with Facebook, but he trots off like he could win anywhere in the world. He was that classy and beautiful. And he trots off and I go, holy crap. So he was just pure class right from the beginning.
And he immediately became a champion, right? He won in his first event.
Yes, we went and he got off the truck like he owned the place. I think he won every class he went in. He's so strikingly beautiful that it just turns your head.
What makes him so special?
Well, he's beautiful. He's a dark gray. He's very loving. And when you ride him, he sort of goes round for you naturally, which is something that I love. And I've been able to do everything with him as a young horse. I started fox hunting on him and he took to it. I was invited to go to the beach and he ran on the beach. I was scared because he went low. He went flat out and I've never felt that before.
Was he looking for the finish line?
He was with another thoroughbred. I said to my friend, when are we pulling up? I've had such a good time. I love him more than anything, so I feel extremely lucky. And this is my horse for my future. At my age, this will be my last one that I can train myself. So I'm very, very excited, very lucky.
Yeah, Marissa's Mission, our Turning for Home Horse of the Year, just was so cool to see in the post parade. And we're going to have more on some Turning for Home horses later in the show.
Very interesting horse coming up. Don't want to miss it. Think about Olympics possibility.
Wow, that's pretty exciting. Let's get to some national races. Let's go out to the Del Mar, to the Grade 1 Pacific Classic, $1 million, 1.25 miles. This race has been so talked about. Had to scratch in Nisos. Journalism is the favorite.
Yeah, Nisos was scratched the morning of the race. Danny had a hoof issue, rear hoof. Bob Baffert thinks it's not going to be a long-term thing. Should come back in the Goodwood, which would be a week after our Pennsylvania Derby as his final prep for the Breeders' Cup Classic. So it came down to the great 3-year-old Journalism and the great older horse Fierceness. And it's interesting, I thought Journalism would be favored. I didn't think it would be like that. I mean, it's like 2-5 in this race. Fierceness is 8-5 on paper. It's a 2-horse race, and as it turned out, it was just about that.
Fierceness is the leader on the far turn, and Journalism is on the move, and he's picking up horses one by one as they come to the top of the stretch, and they're into the stretch of the Pacific Classic, and Fierceness is in front. He's got a 2-length lead, and Journalism has a furlong to run him down. Fierceness and John Velasquez still there at the 16th pole. Journalism is all out, and he's not doing enough to beat the beast from the east. Fierceness,
John Velasquez in the Hall of Fame for a reason, and Fierceness just so dominant, just showing a different dimension. What a performance.
Yeah, look, he's in between horses. He almost hits the inside rail at the beginning. You think this is not the way for Fierceness at all, but he was terrific. When he's good, he's really good, and he was really good, and he loves California. Breeders' Cup Juvenile, just missed winning the Classic last year, ran great here. He'll be back, obviously. One of the favorites for the Classic, 107. As for Journalism, Danny, he just didn't show any speed. I don't know what is going on. All of a sudden, he lost his speed in New Jersey. He didn't have any speed here. Yes, he came running. I mean, he's an incredibly consistent horse, but the problem is he's losing his speed and he hasn't gotten faster. That's my concern as we head into the fall, but he'll be trained up, as will Fierceness. They will not run again until the Breeders' Cup Classic on November 1st.
Yeah, when Fierceness gets the jump, Journalism, I mean, it doesn't matter what a good kick you have. You're not going to run down a horse that's continuing to propel forward.
Correct. And the final quarter was good for Fierceness. It wasn't as good for Journalism as the final quarters he showed, like in the Belmont Stakes, and certainly that finish in the Preakness that was a freak show.
One thing, 3-year-olds against older horses,
yes.
That shows you right there. We'll see what
Indeed.
happens. But congratulations to the connections of Fierceness and Johnny V with just a Hall of Fame ride. Well, let's go to Saratoga. It's the $1 million Jockey Club Gold Cup. Big distance here, 1.25 miles. Sierra Leone favorite, Flavian Pratt.
Yeah, just over even money, won the Whitney, obviously needs a hot pace, very helpful. Mind Frame, the other horse that's getting bet, 9-5, won the Stephen Foster, beats Sierra Leone. On paper, it's just kind of those two.
Yeah.
I mean, there are other horses, like White Barrios won big races before. Phileas Fogg is in here, but on paper, it's those two. Very interesting race. Keep an eye on the beginning, the middle, and the end. Here's the Jockey Club Gold Cup.
And so it is Contrary Thinking who sprints clear. Phileas Fogg is 7 lengths back in second. White Abarrio third. Antiquarian is in fourth. It's another 4 lengths back to Highland Falls, Disarm, and Sierra Leone. The opening quarter in 23 seconds flat, and it's Contrary Thinking as they're tending to John Velasquez, rather to Irad Ortiz Jr. on the stretch here. It is Contrary Thinking clear by 6 lengths. Phileas Fogg is in second, and White Abarrio is racing by himself in third. It's another length and a half back to Antiquarian. Highland Falls, Disarm is inside of him, and another 3 back to Sierra Leone. The half went in 46 and 4. Contrary Thinking has a 4-length lead. Phileas Fogg in second. White Abarrio third. Antiquarian is racing in fourth. Highland Falls gets a nudge now to try and make up some ground. Disarm is next. And Sierra Leone. The new leader is Phileas Fogg through 3 quarters in 1:11 and 4. It's Phileas Fogg opening up a 4-length lead at the top of the stretch. Highland Falls on the outside. White Abarrio. Sierra Leone angles to the center of the racetrack. Has 7 lengths to make up on Phileas Fogg as Antiquarian has taken up the chase. Phileas Fogg a length and a half. Antiquarian. Sierra Leone 5 lengths back. It's either Phileas Fogg or Antiquarian or Sierra Leone coming late. Antiquarian, Sierra Leone, Antiquarian.
And Antiquarian gets the win with John Velasquez, who had a really busy 2 days.
Yes,
but
he did.
Explain us to what happened at the start there with Mindframe.
At Phileas Fogg, Kendrick Carmouche was riding, took a right turn right out of the gate. And then Kendrick took a left rein, tried to overcorrect, did overcorrect, just wanted to correct. And then that put a little pressure on the rabbit, Contrary Thinking. Never hit him, but Dylan Davis thought he was going to get hit. Then he turned left into White Abarrio, and then went into Mindframe, who lost the rider. In fact, the rider at one point, Irad, was riding White Abarrio.
With
there were
Edgar
2 riders
Zayas
on one horse. Some of the photography for this is incredible. You could see poor Ed. Fortunately, Irad dropped off. He almost got trampled by Sierra Leone, but was not hurt. And during the race, you're just not sure if they're going to have to call the race off, Danny. But they didn't. They ended up getting Irad out of harm's way. He was not hurt. He's going to come back and ride. Came back to ride later this week. That was the plan. But yeah, Mindframe never got a chance to run. That was the most disappointing part, obviously, in the race.
Hey, anything can happen when the starting gates open. We're glad horse and riders are both okay, but pretty incredible scene there when Irad shifted Edgar Zayas back up. They're both on White Abarrio at one point.
Crazy.
And how about that? White Abarrio still finished 4th, and he had to carry 2 jockeys for a few minutes.
Yeah, I've never seen that before. And Antiquarian, he kind of got lost in the shuffle. He was really good. He's had some big races that he's run. He'll obviously be in the Breeders' Cup Classic with Mindframe and with Sierra Leone and Fierceness and Journalism and Sovereignty. What a race this is shaping up to be on November 1st if they all make it.
Yeah, classic horses doing what they do. Pretty thrilling race there. We're going to head to another break, but we have more. You do not want to miss Spirit's Hero, one of our Turning for Home alumni, coming up, and much more after this break.
This is Parks.
This is how you roll, this is how it goes. This is how you pop, this is how you rock. Take a chance, do a dance, little romance. This is how you. This is how you excite, this is how you all night. 360 hit me, now we're going all in. I can feel it calling, the crowd, the light, the night, the sights, the vibe is right. This is how you. This is
Parks, Pennsylvania's #1 casino experience. This is how you win.
Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Go Racing. Well, we were celebrating Turning for Home Day, and it's all about our horses on and off the racetrack. And Spirit's Hero has been retired from the racetrack, and he's doing pretty incredible stuff. He was trained by Dee Curry when he was here. He was reacquainted with Dee and former exercise rider Stephanie Vrana, and they got to be with him before the post parade before Monday's 7th race, doing big stuff.
Yeah, he's only been off the track for a year. Danny, his last race was June of 2024. So yeah, this is a really young horse, and he ended up at Woodstock eventing with Ryan Wood. And Dee always thought this horse had real promise. Maybe not as a racehorse, only won once in 20 starts. But man, what a story this is. Spirit's Hero. Here's my conversation with Ryan Wood and Dee Curry. Ryan, how did you end up with Spirit's Hero?
Hey there. Well, I found him through Castle Rock Farm and Turning for Home in the spring of last year. He's a big rangy thoroughbred, and he's turning out to be a top sport horse for 3-day eventing. He won the training level event at Bucks County yesterday, and he won the 5-year-old qualifier for the Young Event Horse Championships, which will be held in Maryland in October. So we headed there next. So he's on the right track.
And to be here today and leading the post parade and working with Turning for Home, what's all that like?
I think it's a magical day today to be out here and giving these horses a second chance, and they're actually turning in to be top sport horses and having a career as a sport horse that they can have a life doing other things up until the late teens of their life. So I think it's incredible.
Dee, what is it like to see your horse doing so well in his second life?
I'm ecstatic because in my heart I'm all about animal rescue. So the fact that I've known this horse since he was a baby, and the owners, it was their first horse they ever bred and dropped. He was kind of special from the get-go, so I knew I had to treat him like a pet. I know. And as he grew, he was 18 hands at 3 years old. So the girl that was galloping him for me, Stephanie Verana, we used to look at each other and joke and oh my gosh, what would he do if he was in a 3-day event, or if he was a show horse, girls talking about their horses. Yep. And just watched him grow and the way he moved. We always kind of thought he was going to be special. And all of a sudden, it was time to either retire or go on with him racing, and possibly have to, drop him, start, doing things at joints. And the owner said, you know what, he was my first boy. Let's do right by him. And I said, I really think he's special. And he is. And I knew it, and I'm so proud right now.
I know Dee is so excited, and the former owner, Ryan Wood, 5-star eventer. He's as top as they come in the eventing world, and he's going to ride for Team Australia, hopefully out in the Olympics. It's going to be a lot of fun to root this team on.
Yeah, I wrote about all of this on Let'sGoRacingParks.com this week, and one of the fascinating things is the Olympics are in Los Angeles in 2028, and the equestrian events are going to be at Santa Anita Park. So wouldn't it be cool to see Spirit's Hero there? And I know Dee said if it's happening, she will be there too.
Me too. I'd like to get to my first Olympics. Well, let's get to this week's Jockey of the Week. Congratulations, Sylvester Gonzalez, on lots of thrilling rides, making him our Jockey of the Week, sponsored by NovaCare, the power of physical therapy. Let's check out this week's Trainer of the Week, brought to you by the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Congratulations, Mike Pino continues his winning ways with a 3-win day, almost making it a 4-win day. His barn continues to fire, making him our Trainer of the Week, sponsored by the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Now it's time for Best of the Rest. Here's some pretty good races that we had. Just check out Penn National, the $75,000 crowd pleaser stakes. 3-year-olds, PA breds going 1 mile and 16th on the turf. And Lou Linder thought Ohio Joe ran a really good turf race when Bobby Ann Hawthorne had him. He claimed him. Yep. Check out Ohio Joe here.
Yeah, at 13-1, Ohio Joe's the 7. The question is he going to get there in time, Danny? And the answer is yes, he is, by a half a length. First off the claim, from a good barn to a good barn.
Yeah, and he gave Anthony Salgado a lot of credit. He's been a good help to him in the morning, really getting his horses working out the way he wants to, and nice ride by Anthony. All right, let's keep it going with 2-year-olds. It's the Hopeful Stakes, Grade 1 company here, 7/8, $300,000. This was closing day for the Saratoga meet. Of course, we have Flying Hawaiian up there, but Todd Pletcher has a beast here with Ted Naffey.
Yes, he does. Ted Naffey is named after Ned Toffey, who happens to be the general manager of Spendthrift, which owns this horse. And this is some performance. Wins by 8.5 lengths. Johnny V, as we said, took the red eye back. He had some weekend. This is a 98 buyer. I would think it looks like the Breeders' Futurity at Keeneland, so they could do 2 turns. Then we'll see him in the Breeders' Cup on October 31st on the 2-year-old day at Del Mar. This was the best performance I've seen by a 2-year-old all year. It was awesome.
Very promising son of Into Mischief, beautiful gray colt. We'll be rooting him on. Well, let's go to our PTHA Trophy race. It was Tuesday's 6th race. I still can't get over this. It's
Yeah.
St. Grace on the outside. That's me and my filly, and Laugh Like Lucy for John Service, battling it out.
Yeah, both horses are 1.30 to 1. Laugh Like Lucy is the slight favorite. And boy, St. Grace looks like he's got to go by. Danny, tough beat, as I texted you. Lose by a neck. John Service, Laugh Like Lucy wins it.
I lost to the Kentucky Derby and Hall of Famer.
Yes, you
Great
did.
way to lose, but St. Grace will come back, hopefully break her maiden.
There you go.
What a great few races there with best of the rest, but it is time for our final break. When we come back, we have Eye on Racing and Parks Picks coming up next.
Some call you the Sultan of Slots. Others, the Baron of Baccarat. The rest, just Meemaw.
I'm tapped in, I'm tapped in.
But no matter who you are, you know there's always another way to win on the Bet Parks app. New casino users score up to $1,000 bonus back in their first 24 hours. Take those pearls, Meemaw.
We are back here with Let's Go Racing. Monday, let's get into some Parks Picks. We're going to take a look at the 8th race. $25,000 for claiming here. 6 furlongs, $32,000 purse. I'm going to go on the outside with Guapo-ness. Paco Lopez and Juan Carlos Guerrero, when they team up, they mean business. Remember them back with Spun to Run. Look, Guapo-ness, he loves Parks. A lot of wins here. Outside post, I think he'll just sit right off the speed and make his run.
That's our man, Marshall Graham, and 10 striking the guys. I'll go with Harp's Hot Corner, dropping down back into 25. 7 of 8 early in the year. Jamie Ness, Michael Sanchez, the best combo anywhere.
Michael and Harpy do get along good. Well, let's get to some Eye on Racing. Colonial Downs, Del Mar, they have big days. What else can people look out for?
Yeah, so Del Mar Futurity is the final big race of the meet. That's Brant. That is the hottest 2-year-old on the West Coast for Bob Baffert, so look out there. Laurel, the Twix Stakes is today. They're back. Morning Matcha is entered. At Colonial, the DeHaas, named after the great DeHaas. Smooth B and 4 Harper in there, along with Witty. We'll see who actually shows up and runs.
That'd be really cool. And lots of cool stuff. We're going to have our golf outing the week of the Pennsylvania Derby. It'll be that Wednesday, so contact the PTHA office for more details. And on Gate to Wire this week, Bruce and I talked with trainer D. Curry all about Spirit's Hero, what he was like when he came in with a racehorse, as a racehorse, and how exciting this transition is. I mean, Olympics, it doesn't get more exciting than that.
No, it's so hard to get there. Just getting there would be awesome. We'll wait and see in a couple of years.
Well, this is the best month of horse racing here at Parks. Come join us for the action. We're here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, first post 1240. Thanks for watching Dick and I, and we'll see you next time on Let's Go Racing.
Off and racing in the Bet Parks Pennsylvania Derby in a flawless beginning, and seize the gray. He's going to seize the day in the Pennsylvania Derby. Here comes Torpedo Anna, a 16th left to go. Torpedo Anna, the Grizzly has the heart of a lion. Torpedo Anna gets the win, a narrow victory in the cotillion.